How's your arm?
That's doing fine.
My mom still has that green thing on. She hasn't taken it off yet. I'm not. Doctor, I hate getting taped. She's taping already.
Running beside somebody. It's not.
Right there.
Let's try again.
Go!
Sure, Bess. Wow. He was catching you.
Hey, Melissa, wing it out there.
They don't fucking tape out there.
There you go.
Oh, she's a winner now. She's a winner now. Flag moved.
That's just on her truck.
Whoa!
All right, good job.
It's supposed to go the other way. The other day you brought a flag. Fucking picnic. Well, I was gonna go get it.
26.9 less?
26.9, yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Pay attention now. All right.
Good, I can't believe you did that.
We're going out to Grandma's Sunday.
Sunday for Mother's Day?
What'd you buy me?
Not yet.
How is your mom doing? No
Well,
more
So far, she's been, for the last 9 months, she's had no sign of it, but you know it's going to come back because she had that tumor they couldn't take out, and the chemo just kind of stopped it, is what it did for now.
Come on. You know what?
I should have had Doug here a while back. He could have been a good coach.
Payne School track meet, May 9th, 1997.
She's gonna hit somebody.
Hit me, Melissa.
$41.5.
41 foot 5 inches.
trying to hit me.
Tell her that too, Dad.
45 even.
45 foot even.
We won't have things quite as formal as we did last year when we put up the curtains and everything else. So we dispense with that. We have a shorter program this year. I was just thinking about the past year, since just about a year ago we celebrated the 125th anniversary of our school. And I remember saying at that time, you know, about it rained that day. Remember, it rained that morning, something terrible. Artist remembers it so well. We were here rather early and it was bad. Anyway, but then it all turned out for the best, and I said, in the program, I said, you know, take the rain when you can get it. So it was awfully dusty out here before, we at least got something to settle the dust in, so we're thankful for that. All right, we're glad that you came today, took the time to be with us. First, we're going to have some few musical selections, and I'll explain those as we go along. Then we'll give out some awards to everyone here, and then we'll take just a bit of a break. We have to assemble out here and get lined up for the graduation. And if you notice our bulletin board, of course it shows the kids that are graduating. Of course you know that already, but the flags have to do with, we worked with flags this year, and I always tell the kids here that more than likely they will not sit in Everett Township the rest of their life. They'll get out into the world, they'll get around, they'll go to all these different places. So I made some of the 6th graders take different countries. They wrote about these, and they did a little report following a forum report that they did, and so they learned a lot about the world and about the surroundings of their surroundings. So I guess with that in mind, we will begin. First we have these musical selections, and I always say this, and I will probably never say a word, but I always say, Mr. Headley owes me a lot, because I kept these guys going here, and that they all got interested from each other, that they wanted to play musical instruments also. So now we have 5, and we'd like to demonstrate just a little bit of what they can play, and I'd like them to come up now, the ones we're going to play in our little rendition of a few songs. Okay, the first one, this is a band book. We have any kids playing in the band at home. We see this book every once in a while. And we're going to play the theme from Symphony No. 9 by Ludwig van Beethoven. Some of you said you like to hear that, and it's one of my favorites also. So that's the one you'll hear first. Now we have all different instruments, and we have different abilities, not necessarily abilities, but time spent when they started and how long they've been playing. So things always seem to improve as time goes on. So we'll have a try at this one first. Okay, the next one is called Sawmill Creek. And we played this last year when we had just the 3 girls playing. And the reason we picked on that one is because it had an accompaniment that I could help them out a little bit. And it sounded nice. It was a nice sounding piece. So then this year, little Justin decided he was going to play musical instruments. And here he comes with the trombone, and he says, I'm going to learn how to play Sawmill Creek so I can play along. Well, I want to have you listen as he'll play it as a solo piece first. He's learned it quite well. minuet, and the sixth graders are the only one know how to play this because it was in the other book. Is that right? It's at the end of this. It's at the end of the book, and those guys aren't that far yet. It's a minuet, and it's by Johann Sebastian Bach. This time we'll be giving out some awards for things that the children have done well this past school year. And also, you girls may come and sit down again. We'll even wait for you. You don't want to miss this part. Okay. And another thing, last September, I think it was the 6th of September, we went to we went to Wisner. And there we met up with the Union Army. And that day, each one of the students here, along with a lot of other kids, enlisted as volunteers in the Union Army of the United States of America. So then we spent the day there. We learned a few things about what it was like during the Civil War times. And also, I told the parents at Thanksgiving time that I'd never given them their discharge papers yet, that they were still in the service of the Union Army. And so they've had to several times, sometimes much to their chagrin, but also to their betterment in exercising and getting going, they would march for about 15 minutes straight. It was always starting in here, out the door, to the end of the sidewalk, come back, down in the basement, up the stairs, in here, and out and around. Those were days when there was, the weather was a little bit bad, it was muddy or something. So finally, they are officially being discharged from the Army today. So there's a copy of their enlistment paper here telling all the facts and figures. And it's signed by Mark Lobbyius from Wisner. He's the guy that kind of orchestrated the whole thing over there. And I've had to make up a few names to go along with it, but they are being discharged from 3 years of service, from 1864 to 1867, May 23rd. So they will also receive their official discharge today. All right, Cody, will you come up here? Face the crowd first. All right. So the rest of you remember that, so I don't have to tell you also that. You were the guinea pig, so that's fine. All right. Some of the things I will read, if they're a little bit more personal, I will not, but then you can share them with your family later. Okay, it said for Cody Anderson, he read 3,613 pages. He won 7 ribbons at the track meet. And he jogged 49.9 miles. And we always give Peterson's Lane a good workout. We count up all the miles together. It should be perfectly hard out there as much as they run up and down. And he learned to do cursive penmanship pretty well. And he's one of our leading softball players every time we go out. He's a good hitter. He gets mad when he doesn't get a hit, but he catches real well. He catches very well. So Cody, and we're going to do this right. Congratulations, Cody. Okay, Dawn Jensen. All right, for Dawn, I should explain here that we were in the Book It reading program, and Dawn was one of our all-star readers, which means that for the 5 months of the program, October, November, December, January, and February, you met your quota. And the quota number of pages was 300 for 3rd grade, 500 for 5th grade, and 600 for 6th graders. So she read above average all 5 months. And her total reading pages were 5,824. She won 6 ribbons at the track meet. She jogged 46.1 miles. And she's a good little artist, likes to draw things. And she was one for always sitting down and practicing her penmanship. So Dawn, congratulations. Christine Peterson. The kids, at least on the upper grades, are required to keep an assignment book. And Christine, even though she was in 3rd grade, you never had to tell her about it. She always remembered. She always wrote things down. She always took it home. She always had her mom sign it. She always brought it back. So I thought Robin must have signed her name 1,000,000 times this past year to keep up with that. All right. So for reading pages, she read 4,051. She won 7 ribbons at the track meet. She jogged 42 miles. When I added all that up and divided and multiplied, it came out exactly 42. And she had perfect attendance this year. One day she almost blew it. She came back. She came back real quickly. And she's very industrious. She knows how to keep herself busy. Ashley's reading pages were 6,482, and she won 8 ribbons at the track meet. And she jogged 55.7 miles, and that was good enough for 4th place. Ashley was really going quite a few of those days. She was the one I always hear a lot in school from everybody. You know, everybody thinks they know it. You know, they know it. They know everything. Now, you know how kids are. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about Ashley was able to keep that all straight because every day a new grade, a different grade was supposed to be, you know, first for lunch, first to get a drink, first to do this, first to that. And Ashley always kept track of it. If anybody else said, I know what it is, I said, no, we take what Ashley has. Okay, she made a great improvement in math and very helpful to the 3rd graders also. Justin Redding. at this guy here. And I can say this with all honesty. Of everybody, probably of everybody that's even here today, he's the most sensible and the most level-headed. He's got it on even keel. And he gets along real well then with others because of that. Okay, his reading pages were 3,042 and 7 ribbons at the track meet. And he jogged 50.2 miles. And he also had perfect attendance, always here. And he learned to play the trombone. I think that was his big deal this year, wasn't it? I think. Marjorie Brownyard. Now, sixth graders, if I don't read a few things, remember, this comes up later then, so you may look at this when you get it to see what's supposedly going to happen, but just be patient, right? So some of these things I won't read much right now. She did finish enables, and I'll let you explain that to your mother as well, what enables is. Okay, she was in the Book It All-Star Reader. That meant she also read the required pages plus more for each of the months. And Marjorie usually sat there this year. So Marjorie, if she was maybe supposed to be doing something differently or not supposed to, you always count she was reading. She was reading, but that's good. She read 12,171 pages, and that's good enough for first place. Okay, she won 3 ribbons at the track meet, and she also jogged 39.3 miles. Congratulations. Okay, Melissa Blissman. Okay, Melissa also kept a good assignment book, always took it home and always said BG or something behind it, so we knew that was her mother who signed that then. Okay, and she also finished the enables and also made the All-Star Book It reading list. And she read 10,892 pages, and that was good enough for second place. And at the track meet, she won 8 ribbons. And also, she jogged 61.3 miles, and that was good enough for second place. Okay, Danielle Peterson. Okay, when Robin was signing Christine's assignment book, she was also signing Danielle's, so she got double duty that way too. Okay, she finished the enables testing program, and she read 8,449 pages. And that was good enough for third place. And she had 8 ribbons at the track meet, and she jogged exactly 60 miles, which was good enough for third place. And I also made one little note here. Her art projects always kind of impressed me, because there are always all these cute little figures, cute little drawings, cute little letters, and you got to look real closely, but if you studied it, there was a lot to be said on just an ordinary picture. Looked pretty neat. Okay, Jared Redding. The last shall not be least. Right? Okay. All right. So Jared read 5,391 pages. And there's a few listed first. Okay. And won 8 ribbons at the track meet. Now he was a good sport. I told him that perhaps he would be generous and kind enough if he would run with the other 2 kids from Elm Creek, who are a little bit older also. So he did that, and he and Bridger got along famously that day, and it worked out fine. So he had a good time. Right? He jogged 63.6 miles, and that's good enough for first place. Really. And he can run Just to chase a ball. It's just like a rabbit. It just goes. He just dives for it, don't you? Okay, and he had really good attendance in grades kindergarten through 6th grade. I went back and looked. And in those years that he was in those grades, there were even 4 of the years he had perfect attendance. And he didn't miss just a few days this year, so it was really good. And then I'm going to have, before we get into the graduation mode, I'm going to have Robin come up in just a second. I'm going to ask her a question. You need to stand up here and face the crowd. Okay. I was going to ask you if the pen I gave you last year still works, or have you used it up? It still works. Well, anyway, that's all right. We also want you to have another one for... See, Robin didn't get to drive much for us this year because we never went anyplace. We just stayed here and we worked and worked and worked. But she was available, and I know she helped a lot of you guys out too. So keep riding, Robin. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of intermission now while you guys put your special papers away or give them to your parents, or so that we can get ready for the graduation. One of the 6th graders has prepared a little speech for you. And the other day, they all decided they wanted to wear these mortar boards, so we sat right down and made them. They helped make them, and I told them, you know, the only way that you're going to wear another one is that, and they told me, you have to go to school another 6 years, then you can wear them when you graduate from high school. So they had a smile on their face, so we'll be looking for great things from them in the next years ahead also. So we have a little speech. We hope you don't have to listen too closely, because I did tell them to speak slowly and loudly. So let's see how they do this afternoon. Some interesting things that happened to them when they were at school here during their years.
It was the first day of kindergarten. There were 3 of us, 2 boys and 1 girl. Besides me, there was Justin Browning and Lindsay Anderson. It was the first year for our teachers and Mrs. McFarland. We all had one favorite activity that year. It was sitting on Mrs. McFarland's lap. We all took a turn. For recess, we sometimes played football, softball, tag, dragon's tail, and hide and go seek. I especially learned to play football. Justin Browning and I played together most of the time. It was just we two, so we played against each other and had fun. On birthdays at school, we brought candy bars, cake, ice cream bars, candy, or Rice Krispie bars. I brought some treats the other day, even though my birthday isn't until July 15th. Then I'm going to start my teenage years. Some of my favorite subjects are math, penmanship, art, music, and spelling. I like to do penmanship the most because it is fun to write the letters A, C, D, E, S, I, J, K, L, M, O, U, X, and Y. I will miss all the kids in preschool and all the fun times we had together. Next year, I hope to have a good year in junior high and be a good football player.
Kindergarten, I lived in Lincoln and was enrolled in Randolph School. I didn't remember reading to the other students because my brother had started teaching me the summer before. The next year we moved to Rural Walsh Hill, where I attended school in first, second, and third grade. I remember Mrs. Peters, my third grade teacher. She was very strict, got 3 At the end of every year, we also held a track meet. My dad usually taped the meets on his camcorder, and we watched several of them while eating lunch. My favorite event was the running. This year I got all first place.
Okay, we now have a few other additional awards for our sixth graders, and these are theirs, compliments of the, well, I guess it's the United States government or whatever. We're dealing with the high officials here, I guess. But anyway, they will be getting a citizenship award, first of all. So I asked them if they had on something that they were worried about poking a hole in. These are little pins that they'll be getting, so maybe they can help each other adjust what they should be doing. So I'm going to try one out here, see if it works. But anyway, these citizenship awards are for how kids respond, how responsible they are, how they relate to their school, how they're helpful, how they're mature, how they grow, how they are just, you know, good citizens. And I've always said about teaching at school, that's only true about every other day, though. You know, the other days, you know, you think, oh my gosh, they're just, you know, it's either the teacher's fault or it's the student's fault, because really, they're just not gonna make it, you know. But at the end of the year, you say, no, these kids have really grown. They really have matured, and they are ready for what lies ahead. So anyway, I have a nice little citizenship award for each one of them. So Jared, you come over here first. Jared got the biggest thrill this year of helping the third graders with their math. That was always big, right? Yes, it was. Now I'm just gonna, girls, you kind of watch this. I mean, this doesn't want to fit very well. You just kind of like putting on earrings or something, which I know nothing about. So I can't help you with that. Okay, there you go. Marjorie. Now, I'm going to have you do this with maybe Melissa's help. I don't want to poke anybody. So. Jared's tough, but you girls may aren't quite tough. All right, can you, is it okay if you put them through your collar? Okay, Melissa, help her along a bit. Here's the back of it. It just says citizenship on here. It's got some stars and a few little lines growing through there. I already told her we can fit through her overalls there, so I don't know what she's going to do with that. Okay, where are you going to put that? There you go. Okay, Melissa, you want to make sure she gets the right spot there? They're pretty handy with those. Whoops. Did you lose it? Here? Oh, it really went. Oh, okay. We'll wait. The shiny is easy to find. All right, now you keep track of this, sixth grader. There are two more things here, so when we're done, there should be a total of 3, in case I move up here. All right, Jared, you come over here. Good thing you got two ends to your collar there. All right, let's turn around in just a second. Also, the government has government has sponsored a program. It's called the President's Education Award, and there are two different categories of this. One is showing improvement. There are two different standards, but Jared's been working really hard this year. Sometimes we pull to get you along. Sometimes we push, and sometimes he pushed me, but he, and had some extra help, and it's working out pretty well. So Jared, in honor of this, you'll be given this little pin also. So can you put this one through the other side? You doubt it. Okay, here, I'll help you. Just to get it. Oops, excuse me. Okay, it's a white with a gold inscription. All right, Marjorie. Then there's another category of these President Education Award pins, and these have some rather stringent standards. You have to have at least a 90% average in your daily work through the years, which I think you've done quite handily. And also you have to have, in your latest achievement test, you have to have achieved at least an 85 percentile ranking, which you also did. So, and these have a blue rim and then gold on the inside. Let's try this once more. Get you guys all loaded down here. Okay, Danielle. Danielle also had met those standards, so she's entitled to one of these also. Before I give Melissa hers, I should also say that we are dealing with the government, and the Citizenship Awards came a long time ago, and the little pins came just the other day. Faithful Jim brought them right in. But there are also supposed to be some certificates, and as soon as they are shipped, I'll get those ready and I'll get them to you. And by the way, another thing I should tell you that due to the hectic lifestyle we lead around here some days, I'll need to do the report cards yet and a few other reports. As soon as those are done, and I'll make sure the students receive all the report cards and things that they need yet. So Melissa, this is for you. Short of writing instruments, but I'll tell you the story that goes with these. For the last year's celebration, we splurged and we bought all these pens for the celebration, and we still do have some of those here. But when you do that with certain companies, they just love to keep sending more and more samples. They want you to buy more and more pens. So these are freebies, but they're neat. And they're engraved with the school's name and everything, so we want each one of you to have one of these also. So, there was only one that came with an extra little case, so I'll give this one to Jared. They're all probably different style, but they're very nice. You'll enjoy using them. I think that's about it now, so I'll go over there, and when I play the recessional, all of you will stand again and march out in reverse order of the way you marched in.